Hi everyone, Crafty Carl again. Today we're going to be doing the 6th tutorial. It's actually for the giveaway, number 2 giveaway. The lucky winner, Patricia McPeak. I drew out her name earlier. So she's the winner of this family tree bespoke frame. I received my wood form craft order where I've got the beautiful white trees. It's a good size and it fits inside the IKEA box frames. So we're going to be using that today. And I'm just going to show you here quickly all the wee items that I've sitting ready here to put this frame together for Patricia. So first things first, I had to pick a wee background, and I use got quite a lot of these lovely big books and gorgeous backgrounds on it, and there's a good size. The IKEA frame is 23 centimeters by 23, so this is weighing over what I need. So I just, as I say, picked out a background out of there. I went onto the computer, and what I did was I did lovely font here for the family. So these will be basically stuck onto the wee hearts and then onto the wooden tree. You'll see it all coming together shortly. This is the wooden tree here from Wood Form Crafts. They have a Facebook page. So basically you can go on there and order these. These are very, very good quality. They're sprayed white on one side, and then they're actually MDF another, which it's hidden in a way you won't see. So very good quality and very thick to work with. That's my background that it's going to be sitting on. So I'm waving this camera about here. Here's the IKEA box frame. The customer has requested oak. Here's all some wee embellishments and whatnot that I'll be adding later on to the tree, and bits and pieces of other wee things here that I've just sitting out that I might use. So okay, what we'll do is I'll set this camera up and we shall get started. See if I can just get the angle there. Whoops, down a bit. Bear with me. I need to get myself a good camera for this setup, but we're grand for now. I think you should see everything there now. Right, so first things first, what I'm going to do is I'll just move this out of the way for a minute. I had it laid out there. And I've got all these wee random hearts. So I'm going to use these here because I've just got an extra supply of these sitting in my craft box from years ago. You'll probably be asking me now what size these are. I'm sure Wood Form Crafts would be able to do these also. Let me see, they are 3 centimeters wide by 3 centimeters long. So 3 centimeters for these wee hearts here. And whenever I'm doing this here, it's only because I'm handy on the computer, I can see then, if you can see that there, I've just roughly worked out the size and font that these wee hearts is going to be glued onto here. So that's what I'm going to do first here. I'll not stay on camera and do them all because it'll be the video will end up being far too long. So what I do is I just get the heart. I love my blue Pritt stick because you can actually see where the glue's going. I don't need to use Mod Podge for this one. As I say, it's just so handy. It's going inside the box frame with a Perspex front, so you don't have to decoupage the top of it or anything to seal it, because everything will be tucked away inside the box frame. So that's me basically just putting enough glue on there, and what we have to do is just line up. If you can see what I'm doing here, it actually helps if you've got a wee light in the background. I meant to actually get one earlier. So all I'm doing is lining up the name and gluing it on here to the back. Don't worry about the blue Pritt stick because it dries clear anyway. So I'm just going to line it up in such a way that I know the name is going right across the wee heart, and that looks okay to me. So whenever I do that, okay, I can just go on ahead and cut that out. pop them other ones to the side for a minute. So that's what I've got at the minute. Okay, the name is stuck on in, and what I'm going to do now, you can just use your wee craft knife to go around the edges here. Let's see if I get this on camera. Oh dear. Now see, that should work now. So I'm just going to use my craft knife and go around and cut that out. And then what you can do is you use your wee emery board, like last time I showed you in the photo blocks. Where they'll go on me now. There. And you can just smooth out the edges here, just the exact same way as what you would have in the photo blocks. You're just smoothing it out here. Now, if you're really fussy, what you can do is you can apply a wee sealer over the top of this if you want a gloss finish. Or you can use photographic paper instead of this ordinary plain paper that I'm using. The exact same as what I did for the photo blocks. But as I say, it's going inside the frame. So it just depends what you want. If you want a high gloss finish, use photographic paper. If you don't have any photographic paper, you can go on ahead and just use the plain paper, and then just use your Mod Podge gloss over the top of it, and then that'll give it a wee shine anyway. Or you can go up a level and have some nice glitter Mod Podge finish sealant over the top of it. So that's basically what we're left with there. So I'm going to go on ahead off camera here. I have got a family of 5 here of hearts to do, plus 3 dogs. So I'll go on ahead and do that and come back, and whenever I come back I'll show you how to position them all on top of the tree and go to the next stage. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, as you can see here, there we go. Oh, hang on. There we are. I got all the wee hearts done. So the next thing we're going to end up doing is, I think what we'll do is put the background onto the insert card of your IKEA frame. So it's just a matter really of gluing this side here and popping this background on top. So we shall get the Pritt stick out, and we shall, oh, we've had away for a moment. We shall just glue all around, ready to stick the background card on top of this here then. Some people just do like the wee smaller trees inside and do, because that wee insert in the middle is about 12 by 12, and you can get wee trees to fit inside that as well, but it's quite difficult whenever you've got a big family, trying to get all the wee hearts onto the smaller trees. And this big tree here with from Wood Form Crafts is just the ideal size to go inside this IKEA frame, which will give us loads of room for popping all the family names on. So I'm just lining up here now this card and gluing it. As you can see here, it's stuck now, and all we need to do now is cut around it, and then we can get ready then to apply all the family names onto the wooden tree. So just craft knife. Hopefully you can see this. I really need to get a better camera setup. So there we go. Pop that away. So that's it, all glued. You could just the wee background. We'll tidy this up later. And what we're going to do now, we're going to line up. You've got your frame, so what we're going to do is we're going to line this up to make sure we know exactly where the tree's going to go, because you have to allow for that wee, what measurement is that? About 5 mil of a framing around that. So what I tend to do to play safe, as I say, just line it up like this here, and I glue my tree inside. So the good old favourite super glue comes in handy here. It's instant, and there's no fear of it coming off. So basically I'm just going to go all around the tree here, the wee edges and whatnot, and I'm going to get ready then to glue this on to our background here. So I'm sure you don't need me to tell you how to glue, but just watch out for them wee bits at the end so they don't come off on you. So I think that's enough now. I think I've got that pretty much everywhere. So as I say, what we have to do is to line it up in such a way that we've got the edging in there for the end of the frame, because that's important. Because if we go to put the insert of the frame in and the tree's hanging over, your frame won't close. And that's the last thing that you want. So I'm just carefully lining it up here at the end, and I'm going in and I'm going straight down to the bottom of the frame, and make sure you place it center within that frame, because you've got a wee bit of gap either side. So if I can just show you here now, that's me completely center inside. Okay, you see it all right? So now that I know that that's completely that, I can take this here away. I don't need this in my way for a wee month or two. So we're just going to concentrate now on putting all our wee hearts here on top of here, and all the wee embellishments and flowers and bits and pieces. So there we go, put that up there again. Oh, big fingers in the way. So there we go. So now that I know that that's safe, centered and all the rest, as I say, I can go on ahead now and place everything here ready. I did a beautiful large heart here now for the top of the tree for the family name. So it's really up to your own preference, you know, your taste here, where you want to place these on the tree. So I'm going to go on ahead and do this here, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So you can see here that I've got all the wee hearts stuck on, and I've started just adding wee bits and pieces of embellishment. So I'm just going to continue on adding on wee bits and pieces, and I'll be back in a wee minute. Back again. Okay, we've pretty much got it, let's see if I get a better look here, pretty much got it all filled in. I'm just going to add a few wee flowers. As I say, this is all about personal taste here, how if you want to keep it minimalistic or you like a wee bit of extra bling. So I'm just going to add some of these lovely wee flowers here now. So hang on to a wee text just to show you that there. So what I get is just a wee drawing pin. See, there we go, just a wee one of them wee board pin. So all we're going to do is just pierce a wee hole into the cardboard, so it gives us enough. You see, it's as if it's just sticking out there. So what we're going to do is just get a flower. It's got a long, these ones got a long wee metal stem on it. So I'm just going to, if you can just see there, pierce it down into the wee hole that I've just created. And look at that. You can have 3D flower effects sticking out here within your wee trees as well. And just at the back here, we're going to trim this here. And we're just going to stick it down with tape. So push that back. We're going to get a wee bit of tape. And that's not going anywhere. You can see there that it's stuck down. And we've got a wee flower sitting there. So I'm going to do a couple of more here. The exact same here. We shall pierce a wee hole in there to get ready for the flower. And I've got a nice wee purple one here. I'll do that now. So you can see, just kind of taking shape now. Trim it off. And we shall stick that down. Okay. Right, I've a nice wee blue colour there, so I might do a couple of those as well. It's just a matter of not having it too cluttered, or as I say, just whatever you want yourself. There we go. And we'll trim it off. There we go, and we'll do one more blue, I think, at the other side. I like that blue, and we'll just place it in there. Right. Okay. That's quite nice. I'm liking that. Every frame I do, it really is bespoke, because no two of my frames are the same, and that's what I quite like, because customers' requests, obviously each one are different, and their style and colours, so I just really get an idea from the customer, and then they let me have free range of it, and then I just put it together, which I'm quite happy with, because then I get to design something completely new every time, which is quite nice. It's quite nice, and I'm building up, obviously, quite a lot of bespoke frames as well on my page. If there's anything that you want yourselves to be personally made, you can just give me a wee message, and I can get that made up for you. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my other wee bits and pieces ready, and then I'll be straight back. We're just going to turn the board of your wee frame here over and glue the back, just to tidy up the back here. Okay, the wee piece of paper that comes along with the frame. I just like to tidy it up here, depending on what I've done. So, and that's it glued on, and I get my wee stamp. There we are. So that's it, basically ready now to go. Sorry, I added a couple of wee butterflies there, couldn't resist. So that's it now, ready to go inside the frame. But what we want to do first of all is get our wee insert here ready for the lights. Now, I showed you this on my previous tutorial of the wee glue dots that I use for the lights to put it around the frame. Some people use the wee strip lights. To be honest with you, I don't really like them, because they show, you know, sort of the metal bit shows all the way around the frame, where I tuck in the wires here now with this wee one that I've got. Just bear with me a minute. So you can see whenever you get an IKEA frame, it sort of alternates quite a lot with me. In the corner here, this is where I bring out the lead, and this one here, this wee slant here where the lid comes out, is going to be in the bottom right. Sometimes it's in the top right. So this is where I'm going to start with my lid here at the bottom, because you've got this wee end here, and this is going to be right down at the bottom, and you're putting in your first light into the frame. So let's see if I can just get that at a right angle for you so you can see. I've got the frame, I put on my first glue dot down here at the bottom right hand side. So I'm just going to overhang the wee light box and put in the first glue dot, and then that's it now in place. So whenever I go to put in the light, sorry, put the lid outside, this will be hanging out, and I'll show you how to tuck that away neatly at the end. So it's just a matter of, if I can do a couple here, and then I can go up close and show you what actually I'm doing. I'm just putting a wee glue dot on the, it's not even showing you, hang on, there we go, move this down a bit. So I'm just getting the glue dot here, and I'm putting it on the frame, and I'm pushing down my wire onto it. That's all I'm doing, and then moving over to the next one. This wee one here is, I think there's 20 lights in this one. The previous tutorial was the same, so it's kind of like 5 wee lights shining through. I'll just turn on the light and you can sort of see it happening here. So as I try and line these up here, you can actually see what's happening. I'm going to have 5 on each side. That's that. So I'll continue putting this on round. You're just putting a glue dot, as I say, on the edge where you're going to overlap your wire, and then you push your light forward into the frame. So whenever you're looking at the frame then later, you can see here that the lights is just sticking out there. So I'll quickly do this off camera because the video's got up to 21 minutes here now, and it's going to take forever. Hang on. Okay, I have it all finished now. You can see here the lights are just all the way around now. So we're just going to, oh dear, we're going to get the actual frame now, the insert, and we're going to pop that down on right on top, making sure that your lead's hanging out at the side of where your wee outside slat is now. I'll show you how to put that all together. So you can see now, here we go, that's really all the wee lights inside the frame now. I tend to do a couple of wee bits and pieces at the bottom. I've left out a couple of wee hearts that I'm just going to glue in to the bottom here. I just always like something that sits in the shelf of the wee ledge of the frame. If you see any wee wires or anything that you haven't tucked in, tuck them in now. Just go around the frame and make sure all your wee lights, oh there's a wee light popping out the other side, make sure they're all there, so you can just tidy up a wee bit. Right, that's my lids tidied up as best as I can. Okay, so I'm going to glue these wee hearts in here now, and that's us nearly finished. We'll pop it inside the frame. So that side there, just leave for a wee minute to dry, and the same on the other side. I just buy these wee cheap super glues from Poundland, Pound Stretchers, B&M stores, wherever I can get it. They're great for making sure that they're stuck down and they're not going to go anywhere. So that's really as much as what I would like to do with that wee frame. I don't want to do too much with it. Sorry, too much more with it, because I don't want it looking overly cluttered. And what I'm going to do now is I've took off the protective film of the Perspex glass. So pop my frame down here. Pop that in now. Okay. And then we're going to make sure that then we stones are down. Yep, we're going to get our frame now, and we're going to just push it down right now into the box as best we can here. Pushing back all those wee bits and pieces. So this is the bit here I was telling you about now. You've got your lead hanging out here, and then you've got obviously your backing piece. So if you put that in, you can see exactly where your lead's going to come out. I can just turn this around to this side here so you can see better. I can see better, a bit better there. Excuse my messy craft room. It's been a busy week since I've come back already from holidays. So I'm just going to push it up there, just up and behind. I just lift the wee slat here and just pushing it up and behind here, and then bringing it straight back out again. And then what you've got then is just your wee bit hanging over. Can you see that? I'll try and go if I get myself onto here. Hang on. So you can see here. There we go. So I've pushed the lead up inside there, and I've allowed enough here just, and then what I'll do is I'll just use wee sticky dots to hold that in place. So bear with me a wee minute. There you go. So you can see it here, there, it's just sitting on there, and it's quite accessible there to just turn on and off. So this is it finished. Let's see if I can get a good picture. As I say, it's a lovely oak frame that the customer asked for. Choice of white, oak and black. So I'm going to take a photograph because I can't really see in this light of lights glaring from the ceiling here. Patricia, I hope you like it. I'll take a proper photograph now, and I'll get it up on the page beside this tutorial. Let's go with this angle here. Now all I can see is my phone, so in the center, but you get the idea. So I hope you enjoyed watching it. Sorry it was a bit long, but there's that many fiddly bits whenever you're doing a bespoke frame like that. But I must admit now, that beautiful white tree there from Wood Form Crafts is absolutely gorgeous, and it's just ideal for this size of frame for the IKEA. So you can get in touch with those on Facebook if you would like to replicate something like this yourself. As I say, I'll get a close-up photograph of it now, and I'll be in touch shortly with yourself, Patricia, to get this delivered to you. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget now to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the tutorials will go up there, and you can share the tutorials with your friends. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.